Spain.
Spain. Or does anyone know what Spain was called before it was called Spain?
España. I was just about to say that. That's Spanish.
That's just a Spanish word for Spain, you jerks.
Spanish Empire.
All right. You think you know something?
There was one clue first. One clue.
Wait!
Iberia.
Iberia. Spain and Portugal are on what is known as the Iberian Peninsula, okay? So, in 1492, you need to realize that Spain was actually 4 different regions.
All right, you running out, man.
Not to mention who ruled the Spanish until 1492.
Conquistadors.
The Muslims, very good.
The Muslims ruled Spain.
Right.
Until when?
What?
Keep stone.
This is what we're going to talk about. At first, it wasn't centralized. So, what made it become centralized? Yes, and the number one reason why Spain was able to centralize is in 1469. Ferdinand and Isabella were married.
That's the reason.
That's the number one reason.
Isabella?
Ferdinand and Isabella were married. They represented 2 of the 4 regions of Spain. So that marriage led to the unification of the area known as Castile, C-A-S-T-I-L-E, and Aragon, A-R.
G-O-N.
What? Oh yeah. Castile
And Aragon.
I thought Catherine was of Aragon.
Well, that's different. Don't even mention those people right now. Get you confused.
I'm about to say.
When they assumed the throne, they asserted authority over the noble lords, thus creating centralization.
Of Spain.
Centralization of Spain.
They assumed authority over the nobles. They also reduced the number of nobles.
Question.
Yes.
Why do they want to reduce the number of nobles? Did they cause problems?
Because, yeah, that's more people trying to weigh in and control stuff.
Right.
So you get rid of them all, and control is easier.
You looking in the camera.
The number of
Right.
Oh.
They controlled the military. They controlled the church. In fact, the Pope gave them the right to make ecclesiastical appointments.
So they are Ferdinand and old girl. That's who you talking about?
Isabella, that's
All
right.
Isabella, there you go.
That's right.
Ecclesiastical dates like religious holidays?
No, ecclesiastical
Appointments.
Basically, they decided who was going to be the priests and bishops of their country. The Pope gave them that right.
Go ahead, so good.
They also established a justice system that they enforced and were in control of.
What's the system called?
Just the justice system is basically law, legal system.
Oh, all right, you're right.
Justice, yeah, judges. Taxes became more efficient under these monarchs. And that's what a government needs to run, right? Taxes is their source of revenue. It's how they are able to do things. It's how they are able to have a military, have a court system.
So was this before they went to
I'm
Oh yeah,
retarded.
yeah. This is the 1400s we're talking about. Okay. The Reconquista of Muslim Spain was accomplished by 1492, so that helped. Finally, in 1492, the last of the Muslims were kicked out of Spain. The Reconquista of Spain happened by 1492. So by 1492, all the Muslims and Jews were kicked out of Spain. Yeah.
They were kicked out because they were trying to run it, and Isabella and Ferdinand didn't like that.
That's right.
Okay.
They wanted Catholic Spanish control of the country.
Okay.
They created the most effective standing army in all of Europe.
Which was continued until
100 years later.
Mhm.
Remember, that's not in our time frame. Do not mention the Spanish Armada. 1450 to 1550 are the years. Stay within that 100-year period.
1450 to
1550, right on the board. Okay. The policies of Ferdinand and Isabella were continued by Charles V. Not to mention, Spanish wealth exploded after the year 1492. Why?
Christopher Columbus.
The Spanish Age of Exploration began. Gold and silver. What?
Exploded in which year?
1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. 1492. Because Pizarro, Cortez came back from gold and silver from Mexico and South America.
And they ran out.
Policies were continued by who?
Charles V.
What? What was controlled by Charles V?
He said just the policies that Isabel and Ferdinand implemented were continued by the next ruler.
Charles V was the next ruler.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Charles V. So those are the reasons Spain was able to centralize. They kicked out the Muslims. They had a huge army so they could control it. They had an efficient tax system. They were bringing in tons of money from American exploration. And they were able to control the church to some extent. They were in cahoots with the Pope. Now let's go to Italy.
Hold up, stop the video.